Hi everyone, so as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be telling you how you can eat a little bit healthier this Christmas, this holiday season with your friends and family. Because as we know, it's a time to be with friends, be with family, but it's really a time to eat good food. The curry goat, the jerk chicken, potato salad, mac and cheese, rice and peas, all of that good stuff, cake and sorrel, how could I forget? All of that. But we want to know how we can not binge on these things, how we can make sure that our illnesses that we're trying to either prevent or to control don't get any worse during this season. So if you're ready for that, just continue watching and I'll give you the tips that you need. So let me just apologize from now. They're doing some construction beside me and I am not going to stop recording. So do with that what you will. Okay. I'm Dr. Kim Sommerville, your general practitioner and clinical nutritionist, and here we go. So I want to just put a disclaimer that I'm not actually trying to tell you not to enjoy those foods this season. I mean, it's been a difficult year for a lot of us. So, just having this food as comfort will be what's going to get some of us through, right? So enjoy the food, but there are just certain ways that we can tweak how we relate to the food that can actually get us a little bit healthier. First tip is one of those that I think is pretty much in a lot of my videos, and it's don't skip breakfast. I always say this. Breakfast is essentially the most important meal of the day because it's giving you energy to bring you throughout the entire day, right? And especially for Christmas, a lot of us kind of walk with our belly in our hand because we want to eat as much as we can for Christmas dinner, and that may be around probably 2-3 o'clock or a little bit later for most people. So you just eat a very small meal so your belly can be ready for the food, but that's really not going to help you. All it's going to do is that when you're very hungry like that, when you actually start eating, your blood sugar is going to spike. It's going to make you more lethargic after you eat the meal. And blood sugar spiking, as I spoke about in my Insulin Restance series, it's not something that you want. Even if you're not diabetic, you don't have PCOS, none of that, increasing your blood sugar spiking like that is just going to increase your inflammation. And that's going to worsen the risk of you having many types of diseases, right? So try not to skip breakfast. If you're going to have breakfast, at least have something small with protein, like an egg with toast or egg with a side of vegetables, or have even yogurt with some nuts and fruits, whatever fruits are available to you. Something small just to give your body some fuel and so that you won't have that spike when you decide to have Christmas dinner. Next tip is all about vegetables. I know we don't really pay much attention to vegetables, and even if we do, it's a very small portion of our plate. But what I would say is two things for the vegetables. If you can, make the portion of your plate that has vegetables a little larger this year. I'm not even going to say make it half of your plate. That may be a little bit too much for everybody. But make the portion of vegetables a little bit larger. I know usually that salad is maybe raw vegetables like lettuce, tomato, carrot, cucumber. Or if you have the steamed vegetables, you can have that as well. Just make it a little bit larger, more than a quarter up to a half. That would be the best thing. If it is that you're not going to do the portion size with the vegetables, what you can do is start your meal with the vegetables. Get a small bowl of salad and eat that before you start Christmas dinner. What that is going to do is allow for fiber to be in your body, and it allows you to not be as hungry, so you're not going to overeat when you finally have the main Christmas dinner, and it's going to prevent your blood sugar from spiking as well. That's the main thing I want to happen, is that we're not going to overeat and our blood sugar is not going to spike. So try that with the vegetables and you'll see a difference this year. So the next tip is about going for seconds. I mean, if you're at a Christmas dinner and there's more food, we're going for seconds, right? I don't know if that's just me, but hey. So the thing about that is what you want to do for this tip is wait at least 20 minutes after you finish the first plate before going back for seconds. What that's going to do is allow time for your brain to catch up to your stomach. because our brain doesn't actually notice fullness or notice hunger as soon as we finish or start a meal, right? It takes us a little time. So what you might notice is that if you take your time after eating, drink a little water, drink a little cereal, and you sit down and probably have a little conversation before going back for seconds, you'll find that you don't really want the seconds anymore, or you don't want as much seconds. That's just going to help in terms of, again, overeating. Because once we have one large plate of food, very unlikely that we're going to need to go back for seconds. Just a little bit of incentive as well. When you do wait the 20 minutes, you're probably going to have a little bit more space for dessert. Your ice cream, your cake, your cereal, you're going to want to, have more room for that. So next tip just kind of flows right into that, is have your cake and cereal and anything sweet really after the meal. So of course, this is going to be available throughout the day, but having it after the meal again prevents the spike, because in the meal we're expecting that we're going to have some protein, we're going to have the vegetables, as I said, which gives us the fiber, and hopefully we have some healthy fats as well, probably a little pear on the side, or making the meal with some coconut oil. That tends to help too. So when we do have our sweet treats, it's not really going to cause us much of that lethargy and that fatigue and that bad feeling that we may have 2 hours later when we finally crash. Okay. So my last tip is going to be about getting some movement in. I know this day of, eating, family and friends is not really about exercise, but if you're able to have at least 10 minutes of movement after you finish your meal, it's going to help you tremendously. It's going to reduce the inflammation that you may have from whatever possible unhealthy food you may just be having, and it's going to utilize all of that sugar that you just ate, right? So it's not going to spike your blood sugar again, and you're going to feel much better afterwards. You're not going to have that lethargy, that fatigue, or that niggeritis, as we usually like to call it, when you have such a large meal, because it's going to just mop up all of that sugar, and you're going to have the energy that you require to, open your Christmas presents and have those great conversations that you want, right? I didn't mention it with the cereal and the cake, but also alcoholic drinks. You want to have the alcohol after meals as well, because again, that food is going to just, absorb that alcohol. It's not going to be able to get into your bloodstream as quickly, hence not giving you that feeling of being lethargic or even drunk, right? So I hope these tips help you. I hope that, you still enjoy your Christmas dinner, because we need to have these moments of joy with our food, with our family. But they're just some things that you can tweak to make it a little bit better for you. One thing I want to add as well, though we're not considering weight loss in this season, for those who may be considering it, what you can do is still enjoy your meal, but just have it in a smaller plate, right? That's all. Still enjoy all the foods that you love, but have it in a smaller plate, so that you will find that you're not going to eat as much as previous times. And have it slowly, so that you can savor your food and hence notice when you're full. All right? So I hope this is helpful. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful New Year, and I'll see you again next year. All right? So this is Simple Summer Naturals, giving you simple nutritional advice for your daily life. Take care.